Dwight-Englewood School, Dwight-Englewood in Englewood, New Jersey. We were at Solomon Field off of Egan Place, where today the Pope John Lions boys soccer team gets set to take on the Dwight-Englewood Bulldogs in the first round of the New Jersey State Tournament in boys soccer. Hi, everyone. Mike Formisano here on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. The Pope John Lions boys soccer team, an up and down season that has had some great highlights, and they're looking to bounce back off the last couple of games of the season to get back in the win column here in this first round of the tournament. They're coming off a couple of losses to Montville and Morris Hills. The Montville game, a devastating 2-1 defeat where the final goal was scored in the last 30 seconds of the match. And then on Morris Hills on Halloween, one they'd like to forget and move on to the New Jersey State Tournament. But what has this team done so far this season? Some great things. First of all, starting off 3-0. No soccer team for Pope John has done that in over a decade. And then in the 101 Sussex tournament, as the 11 seed, they went through South Hunterdon 3-1 at home. Then they went to Phillipsburg all the way on the Pennsylvania state border and won that game 1-0. Then they went to Hackettstown, the 3 seed, and they pulled the upset against the Tigers in penalty kicks by a score of 5-3. Landon Terrazas hitting the last one. Matt Rivera making a huge save off penalty kick to help with the victory for Pope John. And then they went to Voorhees in the semifinal against the number 2 seed Voorhees Vikings. Went all the way through regulation, through double overtime. It was the last 15 seconds of the second overtime where Voorhees got a free kick just on top of the box, about 15 yards out, and they hit. And so that's what happened. Voorhees won that match 1-0. Pope John coming oh so close from becoming an 11 seed and going to the 101 Sussex final. Well, another tournament today, the New Jersey State Tournament, and the Pope John Lions looking to wreak some havoc on the field here. They're taking on the Dwight-Englewood Bulldogs, who are 9-1, and the number 7 seed, earning the home match today. But the 10th seeded Lions will not be deterred, and we'll see what happens in the match this afternoon. Let's go over the rosters. We start with Dwight-Englewood. Number 00 is Alex Sheffield. Number 0 is Tommy Thibodeau. Number 1, Luca Hernandez. Number 3, Emil Pishev. Number 4, Comey Sawar. Number 5, Asher Levine. Number 7, Carlos Monsio. Number 8, Demir Eskikit. Number 9, Noah Fisher. 10, Max Strasnoff. Number 11, Matthew Sue. Number 12, William Kang. Number 13, Miles Neal. Number 14, Jet Ishigara. Number 15, Andrew Carnoy. 17, Samson Kane. 18, Krishna Akula. 19 is Darren Escalette. Number 22, Noah Scher. 23, Jack Meserole. Number 25, Rig Mathor. 32, Zach Cooper. 41, Mesa Thiem. And the goalkeeper, number 99, Nate Cohen. The head coach of the Dwight-Englewood Bulldogs is Igler Arapi. Assistant coach is Elmer Hernandez and Jeremy Meserole. For the Pope John Lions, 9-10 on the season, they start with Stephen Leonard, number 2. Graydon Morrow, number 3. Ethan Poplowski, number 4. Santiago Vargas, number 5. Sergio Carabajo, number 6. Chris Opat, number 7. Number 8 is Landon Terrazas. Number 9, Damian Stawali. 10, Nick Aceto. And Nick should be good to go today. So, number 11, Manny Vargas. Number 12, Daniel Burns. Number 14, Ethan Nowak. 15, Teo Vanillo. 16, Tyler Wright. Number 17, Sebastian Alvarez. 18, Heath Gallant. Number 19, Logan Clerico. 20, William Franco. 21, Anthony Patino. 22, Alex Cuello. 23, Chris Sabella. And then also you have Jacob Burns, number 26, Ethan Burns, 28, and Quinn Klebitz, number 24. The goalies, Matt Villardo, Zach Cash, and the freshman goalkeeper, number 1, Matt Rivera. The president of the Catholic Academy of Sussex County is Mr. Daniel O'Keefe. The principal of Pope John High School is Gene Emmering. The VP chaplain is Father John Calabro. The athletic director is Brian McAleer. Athletic trainers, Gerard Graziano and Jordan Martin. Site manager, Ben Perez. The head coach of the Pope John Lions boys soccer team is Christian Ardilla. And the assistant coach is Jared Ottaviano. I'm Mike Formisano. We're here live in Englewood, New Jersey, at Solomon Field, right off the campus of Dwight-Englewood High School. It's the Pope John Lions, the number 10 seed in this year's New Jersey State Tournament against the 7 seed Dwight-Englewood Bulldogs. And that is next right here on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Welcome back to Solomon Field here off the campus of Dwight-Englewood High School in Englewood, New Jersey for Pope John Lions Boys Soccer. Mike Forbesano along with you on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. We have the first round matchup today between the number 10 seed Pope John Lions and the 7 seed Dwight-Englewood Bulldogs. But it is a field of Cinderellas for Pope John this coming week. All 5 teams hit the road to start the first round action. So you've got, the story of Cinderella, and you've got a plethora of Cinderellas coming from Pope John High School this week. You've got boys soccer as the number 10 seed against Dwight-Englewood, the 7. You've got girls soccer at 4 p.m. today. They're the 12 seed, and they take on Newark Academy. If we can get to that game, we'll probably get there late because this game will probably go at least an hour and a half. If that match starts at 4 p.m., we're probably going to get there for second half action, but we will head over to Livingston and Newark Academy to try and get as much of that match as possible. Tomorrow, 2 p.m., it'll be the Lady Lions field hockey team heading to Montclair Kimberly to take on the Cougars. So Pope John field hockey tomorrow at Montclair Kimberly. That's a 2:15 matchup. Pope John is the 15 seed. On Wednesday, the Lady Lions in volleyball head to Paramus Catholic in a 5-12 matchup in the first round. And that is at Paramus Catholic High School. The Lions and the Paladins, Wednesday, that is scheduled for 4 p.m. If either the boys or girls soccer team win today, they'll move on to Thursday, and the boys soccer team would take on Bergen Catholic, the number 2 seed. That is if they win today. They lose, the season's over. But if they win, the winner of this game is going to go to Bergen Catholic on Thursday afternoon. I don't remember who the other bracketed team is between girls soccer and Newark Academy. I think it's Oak Knoll, actually. And that would be on Thursday as well. On Friday, the 5th and final of the Pope John Road Warriors, the football team, the varsity football team, after winning 26-21 against St. Thomas Aquinas on Saturday, well, they have earned the 9 seed. Close to a home matchup, but not quite. But they do get to play Friday Night Lights, which is awesome. If you've never had a chance to get out to a Friday night football game, do it. And the game coming up this Friday, what better reason to go? St. John Vianney. It's down in Homedale, okay, but we're all going to head down there. And if the game is picked up by a regional network, then it'll be on that. If not, then we're available to be able to cover that game. That's at 7 p.m., I believe, either 6 or 7 p.m. on Friday. Pope John Lions and the St. John Vianney Lancers in the 8-9 matchup, first round of the New Jersey State Group B tournament for football. So there are your 5 teams. Those are the matchups coming up. We're going to cover as much of it as we can here on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. So you have nowhere else to go, except if football does get picked up by a regional network. But otherwise, we will be here for you. Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Coming up in the next few minutes, the Pope John Lions boys soccer team against the Dwight-Englewood Bulldogs. First round action, 7-10 matchup in the New Jersey State Tournament for boys soccer. That's next on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Yes.
To let you know you're going to be all good. They just asked just to be off the field.
Awesome.
Other
Yeah.
than that, no
Yeah.
problems.
Yeah.
All
If I
right.
need to back up and everything, let me know.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy the game.
Thank you.
Take
Appreciate
care.
it.
All right.
Real quick, do you know who the goalkeeper is for Dwight-Englewood?
Yes.
00. Thank you much. Appreciate it. Welcome back to Solomon Field in Englewood, New Jersey, just off the campus of Dwight-Englewood High School, for first round New Jersey State Tournament action between the number 10 seed Pope John Lions and the number 7 seed Dwight-Englewood Bulldogs. Mike Formasano here on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. The Lions in their white jerseys with Pope John written across the front in blue, and blue numbers with gold trim and a lion on the back. White shorts and white socks. They will be going right to left on the pitch. The Dwight-Englewood Bulldogs in blue with white trim. They'll be going left to right. Pope John, the 10 seed. Dwight-Englewood, the 7. The winner of this match will go on to a date with the Bergen Catholic Crusaders, the number 2 seed, on Thursday this coming week. Girls soccer for Pope John, 4 p.m. today at Newark Academy, the 5-12 matchup. We will get out to that as much as we can as soon as this game's over. I hop in my car, drive down to Livingston, and see if we can get down there. Tuesday, the field hockey team going up against Montclair Kimberly. Wednesday, volleyball against Paramus Catholic. Friday, football against St. John Vianney, all on the road. As the Pope John Lions look to add to their trophy case of championships, it starts today, and it starts in the next few minutes with the Pope John Lions boys soccer team against Dwight-Englewood, the Bulldogs. 40 minutes in each half. Grass field. Pope John has not played on a lot of grass fields. They did against Phillipsburg, and they did pretty well for themselves. A 1-0 victory with a goal in the second half by Ethan Nowak. Mostly on turf. It's overcast today. Temperatures in the high 50s. It's supposed to warm up a little bit tomorrow. Back into the mid-60s, I heard. And then it's supposed to drop down by next week. So, if you're out there watching, we hope you enjoy. The referee's just going over the ground rules. We should be into the match in just a minute. So we'll stay with you. The conversation going a little further than we thought, so let's take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll have the opening kickoff for you. From Solomon Field in Englewood, New Jersey, Pope John versus Dwight-Englewood right after this opening kickoff on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Welcome back to Solomon Field in Englewood, New Jersey, as the captains at the right in front of the official scores table. Chris Opat, Nick Aceto, and Manny Vargas all out there shaking hands with the Dwight-Englewood captains as well as the referees. The goalkeepers for this match for the Dwight-Englewood Bulldogs are number 00, Alex Sheffield. Sheffield is a senior goalkeeper. And for the Pope John Lions, freshman sensation Matthew Rivera. And he will be in the cage, I believe, on the right side of the field, of the pitch. Pope John, 9-10 on the season. Won 3 games in a row to start the year, lost a few, won a few again. Went into the 100 to Warren Sussex and went on a run. And then they hit the skids a bit late in the season, but they're looking to rebound after tough losses to Montville and Morris Hills. Oh, the coin toss going on right in front of the official scores table right now. Clock on the northeast side of the field, as you can see. Reason they moved this game up to 2 p.m. is because of daylight savings time. We've passed it over into standard time now, so sunset's going to be about 5 p.m. So the girls are playing at Newark Academy at 4 p.m., but half that match will be under the lights. Hopefully by the time we get there, we'll be able to cover that second half for you, and that'll be under the lights at Newark Academy. So this is not an option here at Solomon Field at Dwight-Englewood High School. So it's a soccer pitch, no lights, middle of a park, and so that's why they had to move the game up to 2 p.m. Same with the field hockey tomorrow, Montclair Kimberly. All the matches have to be moved up in time, and within a week or two, everything moves indoors. Ice hockey, basketball, wrestling, swimming for the winter season, and we'll hit the outdoor turf again in March and April for lacrosse, baseball, softball, tennis, golf. Both teams in the huddle. Dwight-Englewood in their blue jerseys. On the left side of the pitch, Pope John on the right side of the pitch in their white jerseys. Rivera heading to the goal. Rivera wearing a green jersey for the first time this year. Usually wears gray. Your starting line will be Ethan Nowak, number 14, number 5, Santiago Vargas, number 8, Landon Terrazas, and number 9, Damian Stowow. Your midfielders, number 7, Chris Opat, number 15, Teo Fadillo, number 21, Anthony Patino. Your fullbacks, number 12, Daniel Burns, number 4, Ethan Poplowski, number 11, Manny Vargas, and Rivera, the goalkeeper.
Go, Pope.
Here we go. We're all set. First round action of the New Jersey State Tournament between the number 7 seed Dwight-Englewood Bulldogs and number 10 seed Pope John Lions. And here we go. The Bulldogs will start out with it. Waiting on the referee's whistle. We are underway. Kick back to number 10. Down the pitch on the far side. Cut off by Pope John. Teo sends it up the pitch on the far side. Opat fighting for it. Stolen away by Stowowie. Now taken by Dwight-Englewood. Turned around by Pope John, a header over to Vargas, Santiago Vargas. You wonder if the field, which feels a little damp, and definitely with the grass, it's a little tougher than the turf. The ball rolls a lot easier on the turf. See how Pope John adjusts to that. It's number 14, Izagara. Passing it up to number 11 for Dwight-Englewood, coming up the near side. Through the crease. The shot blocked by Poplowski. Goes to the far sideline. Down the pitch it goes to Terrazas. Bulldogs 9-1 on the season. No common opponents with Pope John. The Lions 9-10. The goalkeeper, Sheffield, out. Scoops it up. Top of the box. He'll boot it away. To the midfield stripe. Stop there. Ishigara. Over to number 10. Number 11 is Sue. Taken by Teo. Turned around by Opat. Collision between Patino and Ishigahara. Be a free kick for Dwight-Englewood. Just underway here, first half, first round of the New Jersey State Tournament. Header towards the net, up in the air. Dwight-Englewood trying to put it into the left post, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for Pope John. Just underway, 2 minutes in from Englewood, New Jersey. We're live at Solomon Field. Here's Vargas. Up the pitch it goes. Stolen away. Poplawski all the way down and making number 13, Miles Neal, chase it. This is the first of 5 road affairs for Pope John Sports here in the fall that we're covering this week, or at least 4 of them. We'll see about football, depending on whether or not there's a regional network that picks up that match. They take on St. John Vianney on Friday night. It's number 11 racing up the field. Good play by Daniel Burns to knock it out over the sideline, and it'll force a Dwight-Englewood throw-in. We had number 11, Matthew Sue, racing up the near side. Burns was able to kick it out. So the inbound by Miles Neal. Back to Neal, over to Sue. Out of bounds by Nowak. Sue with the inbound. Over to Ishigahara. Burns on top of it. Ishigahara toward the goal, out of bounds. Hits the side of the net. It'll be a goal kick for Pope John. Winner of this match will head to the second round and take on Bergen Catholic, the number 2 seed, on Thursday. Crusaders getting a bye. Here is Terrazas. Stolen away. Now Poplawski up the pitch. Turned back around. There's Teo. To Opat. Chris Opat. Blocked. Picked up by number 7, Monsione. Here's Manny Vargas, and Vargas will give it back to Rivera. And Rivera boots it down the pitch. Turned around by number 10, that is Strasnoff. Now picked up by Stowali. Teo, Burns. Oh, big steal by Dwight-Englewood, number 11, Sue. On the near side, around Burns. Pass. Taken away by Patino. Nowak. Controlled by the Bulldogs. Pass to Sue. No, Ishigahara. Taken by Vargas. Now Opat. Here's Chris Opat. Stolen away by number 7, Monsione. Carlos Monsione. Pass to the far side, guarded by Stowawi. Coming in, that's number 23, Messerol. Out to the top. Good block by Teo. And it comes rolling toward the near side. Picked up by number 13. Now Sue, 11. Burns turns it around. Up the pitch, and there's Vargas. Santiago Vargas stopped there by number 17, Samson Kane. Kane to the far side. Backwards kick. Rivera makes the catch. Can of corn. 6 minutes in here at Solomon Field in Englewood, New Jersey. First round action of the New Jersey State Tournament. Terrazas trying to break loose. Turned around by the Bulldogs. Poplawski racing down the sideline, trying to steal it away, and he does. Turns it back around, out of bounds. Now Poplawski with the throw-in. Ethan Poplawski past Opat. So the Lions will take over. 33-14 remaining, first half. Here's Opat with it. Chris Opat. Down the far side. Whistle. Stoppage in play. I think he'll turn back over to Dwight-Englewood. So a throw-in for the Bulldogs. Later on this afternoon, 4 p.m. from Newark Academy. The Pope John Lady Lions girls soccer team in the first round of the New Jersey State Tournament for them, taking on the Minutemen from Newark Academy. Burns turns it back around. We will try and get to that match. Probably going to be there late. Kick by Sue, blocked by Burns, goes out of bounds, and that's going to set up a corner kick. First corner kick of the match. It'll be taken by Matthew Sue. Here it is, toward goal, header, out by Burns. Comes the other direction. It's number 23, Messero. Toward the net, turned back around, the shot off the post, and cleared out of the way and over the near sideline. Oh, that was so close for Dwight-Englewood, rang right off the woodwork. Score remains 0-0. Here's Sue with the inbound. Comes back over, centered. Patino clears it. Now Burns down the pitch. How close did that come? And it was an open net as Rivera was out of position. Now Sue with it. Boots it towards the far side. Poplowski with the header. Up to Stowawi. Damian Stowawi. Up the pitch, trying to hit Vargas. Santiago with it. Now to Opat. Chris Opat turns around. Vargas gets shoved off by number 16, it looks like. Trying to pick up the numbers. Now Nowak racing in, trying to get the pass in. Cleared out of the way by the Bulldogs. Picked up by Vargas. Manny Vargas on the Bulldog side of the pitch. Going to the far corner. Vargas racing on the side of the box. Keeping it in over the back line. Trying to pass it to Santiago. Can't get there. And turned around by Ishikahara. Rivera racing out of the box. He'll go back in so he can scoop it up. 10 minutes in, no score between Dwight-Englewood and Pope John. The Bulldogs coming oh so close to scoring the first goal of the match, hitting right off the crossbar. Now Sheffield will take it. Alex Sheffield boots it down the pitch. Stopped by Teo. Teo settles it down. Now to Stowawi. Stolen away by the Bulldogs. Up the sideline, that is Messero. Out of bounds. Dwight-Englewood with the throw-in. Now the boot in, and Rivera lets it go wide of the cage. Out of bounds, goal kick for Pope John. So Rivera will walk it toward the corner of the inner box. Manny Vargas will do the honors. Here we go. Settled down by the Bulldogs. This is Messero racing up. Kick toward the goal, wide left, out of bounds. Another goal kick for Pope John. 12 minutes in, scoreless here at Solomon Field in Englewood, New Jersey. First round of the New Jersey State Tournament in boys soccer. Mike Formersano along with you on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us, not just today, but all season long. Header by number 7, that's Monsione. Now to Poplowski. Ethan trying to hit Vargas up the pitch. Pass over to Sue. At Sue. He's got Burns on him. Sue trying to center. Stolen away by Opat. Now to Teo. Teo hits Terrazas. Over to Ethan Nowak. Nowak into a sea of Bulldogs. Pulls it back, gives it to Teo. Teo trying to break free. Over to Burns, out of bounds. Now Terrazas. Pass over to Santiago Vargas. Nowak on the near sideline. Keeps it in. Nowak. Nice move. Toward the goal. Save by Sheffield. And so Sheffield will let things settle down. 13 minutes in, scoreless here in Englewood, New Jersey. Driving in today, literally about 3 miles away from the George Washington Bridge and New York City. Taken by Poplawski. Ethan will kick it back. Handled there by Messerol. Turned around by Teo. Here's Terrazas. Landed Terrazas. Nice move. Terrazas with the boot. Off of number 17, Samson Kane. Goes out of bounds. And Pope John with the throw in. So Poplawski will do the honors. Messerol, stop it. Kicks it back toward the middle of the pitch. Vargas handles it to the midfield stripe. Vargas in toward Terrazas. It's going to roll to the back line. And the Bulldogs, they stop it. They don't let it go out of bounds. So turned around on the far side right in front of the Dwight-Englewood bench. And here's Messerol. Up the pitch. Stolen by Burns. Burns gives it to Nowak. Nowak and Aceto, who lost his footing there. And again, Aceto trying to recover from that injury that he suffered in the 101 in Sussex. Here's Nowak. Ethan Nowak in the shot off of number 17, Kane. Now Terrazas on the side of the box. Opat, the shot off the post. Now Aceto and the pass across wide right. So both teams have hit the woodwork today. Dwight-Englewood off the crossbar, and that one just tapped the left post. So a goal kick for Carlos Monsión. Pope John right on the verge of taking a 1-0 lead. Now Vargas turns it back around. Terrazas. Landed Terrazas to Aceto. Gives it back to Teo. Teo to Nowak. Back to Teo. Teo breaking in. Teo trying to hit. Terrazas on the right side is stolen away by Dwight-Englewood. Ishigahara on Patino. Moves around. Patino gets it up the field to Sue. Racing after it. Stolen by Vargas. Pope John starting to put some offensive pressure together. Dwight-Englewood controlling the match for the first, 10 minutes. And it's really been Pope John the past, 5. Ball goes out of bounds to be a Lion throw-in. Right after this match, we're going to head down to Livingston, New Jersey, try and get to the Pope John girls soccer match against Newark Academy, at least for second half action. Tomorrow, we'll have field hockey for you. First round for the Lady Lions against Montclair Kimberly, 2 p.m. from Montclair Kimberly Academy. Wednesday, girls volleyball at Paramus Catholic. Here's Stowali up the far side. Aceto gives to Opat. Chris Opat, the boot over the net. Is it in? Ball went over the net. So a goal kick for Dwight-Englewood. So it'll be Carlos Monsión will take the goal kick for Montclair. Pope John coming close again. That boot by Opat. I wasn't sure initially if it had gone under the crossbar or over. It went just over. Clock stop at 23:10 remaining in the first half. People just back up from the sidelines, and we'll do the same. Not a lot of room here on the side, but try and make the best we can. Toward the middle of the field, there is Teo. Sends it back. Over to Miles Neal. Good header by Vargas. Now to Opat. Cito and Terrazas after it. It's going to go into the far corner. Sheffield coming out. Trips up Cito. Ball goes out of bounds. And it's going to be a goal kick for Dwight-Englewood. Cito racing after that. Sheffield diving underneath and was able to get most of the ball. And it rolls out of bounds off of Cito. 22-22 to go. First half. No score. Boot down the pitch. Handled by Patino. Over to Nowak. Ethan Nowak. Stopped by Ishihara. Now here comes Cito. Nick. Ball taken away by number 15, Carnoy. Up the far sideline. Messerol in. The shot. Goal! Number 11, Matthew Sue, is able to put that into the back of the net with 21:44 to go. And Dwight-Englewood takes a 1-0 lead. So Messerol racing up the far sideline was able to get Rivera out of position. And Sue standing in front of the smaller box, just able to tap it home. 1-0 your score. Dwight-Englewood over Pope John. 21:44 to go, first half. So now it goes back to Teo. Pass to Poplawski. Sends it up the pitch to Nowak. Ethan Nowak on the near side. Stolen away by Ishikahara. Here's Teo. Good, nice stop by Teo. Tried the slide tackle. Ishikahara has it now. Pass up to Sue. Matthew Sue racing in. Pass across to Messerol. Being guarded by Stowowie. On the line, right in front. Goal! A quick second goal for Dwight-Englewood. That is scored by number 22, Noah Scher. No, number 32, Zach Cooper. Zach Cooper with the goal. Just standing around the side, and he just tucked it in quickly inside the left post. And so Dwight-Englewood able to grab a 2-0 lead. Back-to-back goals by the Bulldogs within a span of about a minute to a minute and a half. Now Pope John has to turn on the offense. Here's Aceto. Sends it over to Nowak. Teo on the near side. Taken away by Ishigahara. Taken by Patino. Anthony Patino to Nowak. Ethan Nowak. High boot. Wide right. Over the back line. Goal kick for Dwight-Englewood. Well, Monsione will take the goal kick. 2-0, your score. Dwight-Englewood leading over Pope John. 7-10 matchup here in the first round of the New Jersey State Tournament. Ball rolls out of bounds. Throw in for Pope John. Here's Terrazas. Landed Terrazas on the sideline. And it'll go back the other way. Pope John picks it up. Here's Opat. Chris Opat. Pass in. Turned right back around by the Bulldogs. Stopped by Patino. Here's Teo. Over to Nowak. Good move by Ethan Nowak. Trying to get around the defense. Out of bounds by number 13, Miles Neal. Into Opat. Chris Opat to Aceto. Nick Aceto. The boot. Wide left. Good kick by Aceto, however. That's great to see if you're a Pope John fan. Facito's got that leg working. So a goal kick by Dwight-Englewood. Monsione will take it. Down the pitch he goes. Stopped by Teo. Here's Opat. Now Patino. Patino fighting for Meserole. Knocks him off it. Here is Jack Meserole up the pitch. Maneuvering his way through. Good block. Nice slide by Teo. And Nowak in there. Ishigahara. Number 14, Jet Ishigahara. Back to Carnoy. Ishigahara. Over to Sue. Matthew Sue. The boot. Handball by Burns. Right off the forearm. And that is going to set up, since it was in the box, that's going to set up a penalty kick for Dwight-Englewood. Tough break for Pope John, as Burns really couldn't do much about it. It just hit right off his forearm. 18:24 to go. Now the kick will be taken by Carlos Monsione. Penalty kick for the handball. Placing the ball on the penalty spot. Referee checking with goalkeeper Matt Rivera. He's getting in position. Here's the whistle. Goal. Rivera dove left and Monsione went right. And so that opens the score to 3-0. Dwight-Englewood over Pope John, with 18:24 to go in the first half. So now Pope John up against it, down by 3. See what they can do to generate the offense. They're going to have to start taking some chances here. Here's Opat. Chris Opat. Pass over to Stowali. Stowali knocked off the ball by Monsione. So Sue, Cooper, and Monsione, your goal scorers for Dwight-Englewood here in this first half of action. Here's Patino to Teo. Back to Burns. Burns gives it over to Vargas. Underneath his foot. Goes out of bounds right in front of the Pope John bench. And the Bulldogs will take over. Meserole sends it to the middle. Blocked by Burns. Now Teo to Patino. Pass to Nowak. Gives it back to Poplawski, who sends it down the pitch to the midfield stripe. And now they'll send it back to their fullbacks, the Bulldogs do. Number 17, Samson Kane. Ishigahara up the pitch, trying to hit Sue. Burns after him. Sue. This is about where the handball happened last time. Burns is able to play that nicely, however. Turns and kicks it down the pitch. Stopped by number 15, and that is Carnoy. Good steal by Aceto. Nick Aceto. Aceto dribble. Blocked by number 13, Miles Neal. Teo sends it across. Now Poplawski. Opat steals it. Chris Opat on the far side. Sends it toward the goal. Sheffield's able to knock it down. It's in front. Nowak with the shot off the defender. Number 13, Neal. And cleared down the pitch. Pope John had Sheffield up against it there, as he wasn't able to bring the ball in. So you had Landon Terrazas trying to steal it away and put it in the goal. Pope John with possession. Here's Patino. Aceto breaking in. Toward the near side, gives to Nowak. Ethan Nowak back to Aceto. Nick with the boot off the back of the defender. Opat now. And Terrazas racing after it, trying to turn it around. Stowali in the far side. Sent back up the pitch. There's Poplawski. And the Bulldogs able to send it back to midfield. Here's Vargas with 15 and change to go, first half. Booted back to midfield. Here's Vargas. Manny Vargas has got an opening. Vargas, the pass across to Terrazas, the boot. Saved by Sheffield. It's on the back line, off of Nowak, coming back into the middle, and Sheffield dives to make the save. Alex Sheffield, senior netminder for Dwight-Englewood. Now the boot down the pitch. Stopped by Nowak. It's up in the air. Ishigahara comes back to Nowak. Now Ishigahara wins it. Back to Messerol. Up the sideline. Ishigahara. Does he keep it in? Yes, he does. Here's Patino. Anthony Patino trying to hit Stowawi. And the ball comes over to Aceto. Nick Aceto at midfield. Aceto in the near sideline. Coming up the pitch. Into the corner. Aceto. He's got two Bulldogs on him. Pass across. Intercepted by number 10 as nobody was home. Strasnoff. Whistle. Bulldog player down. Free kick for the Dwight-Englewood Bulldogs. 14-13 to go. First half. Dwight-Englewood is taking a 3-0 lead. So now up to Ishigahara on the near side. Past Nowak. Cross field it goes. Back to the midfield stripe. Sent in toward the box. Cleared out by Pope John. There's Teo Fadillo. Teo up to Aceto. Back to Teo. Sends it forward. Knocked down by number 17, Samson Kane. Turned around. Ishigahara has it now. Off of Teo. Comes back to Neal. Miles Neal sends it back to Kane. Kane at the midfield stripe. Messerol tried to break in. Stowawi on him. Messerol toward the goal. Poplawski saves it. It's going to go over, I believe, the sideline instead of the back line. So that should set up a it would set up a throw-in instead of a corner kick, but I can't see from this far away. It is going to be a corner, as they say it went over the back line. So, corner kick for Dwight-Englewood. Cleared out of the way by Burns. Terrazas in on it. Teo knocked down by Monsione. Patino in there. Kick ahead. And Rivera comes out of his crease to smother it. Here's Rivera. Down the pitch it goes. Comes over to the far side. Stowawi. Damian Stowawi at midfield. Looking to find a way to break in. Near side, here's Aceto. Nick Aceto trying to race past the defenders. Centered, blocked off the back of number 17, Samson Kane. Patino stops it, gives it to Stowawi. Damian Stowawi. Kane in front of that. Now Sue. Matthew Sue trying to hit Messerol. Out of bounds. $11:25 to go here in the first half. 3-0 your score. Dwight-Englewood leading over Pope John. Here's the throw in. Messerol on the side. Covered by Burns. Now Teo. Turned around. Here's number 15, Carnoy. Terrazas with it. Landon Terrazas. Nice move by Landon. Knocked off the ball. Oh, he's able to get his foot in on it. And that's a player down. So we got an injury timeout. We're going to take one as well. 10:49 to go. Clock stopped. 3-0. Dwight-Englewood leads. Well, number 17, Samson Kane, tried to get up. I think he's going to be able to get back on his feet. Yeah, the referee and his teammates giving him a minute. We're going to give him a minute. We'll be back after this on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Welcome back to Solomon Field in Englewood, New Jersey, off the campus of Dwight-Englewood High School, where number 17, Samson Kane, is walking off under his own power, and that's good to see. A little gingerly, but he's still walking off, so that's good. 10:49 to go, first half. 3-0 your score. Dwight-Englewood going on a barrage there at about the 20-minute mark, scoring 3 goals, including a penalty shot by Carlos Monsione. That was due to a handball by Daniel Burns. Ball came in, just hit him right in the wrist. You know what he's supposed to do. So the referee's sitting at the ball. Right after this match, we're going to head down to Livingston, New Jersey. The girls' soccer team is playing Academy at 4 p.m. We're going to try and get to that match. We may not get there right at the beginning, but we're going to hope to at least get there by the second half. So here's the pass across. Good block by Stawali. Damian Stawali over to Opat. Opat hits Aceto. Nick Aceto will turn it around. Important for Pope John to at least get 1 goal here before halftime. Get him back in this match. Here's Stawali. Over to Opat. Opat coming in. Chris tried to get a shot off. Blocked down. He's in the box. Oh, Opat tripped down. He's going to have a penalty kick. So Chris Opat will take a penalty kick and a golden opportunity for Pope John to get back into this match. It's going to be Nick Aceto taking it against Alex Sheffield. Here we go, set up for the penalty kick. Opat was tripped down in the box. 10:13 remaining. A goal here for Pope John would definitely get them back in this match. They're down 3-0. Referee's talking to Sheffield. Aceto waiting. Here we go. On the referee's whistle. Aceto versus Sheffield. Here we go. The shot. Goal! Nick Aceto puts Pope John on the board. And it's now 3-1 Dwight-Englewood. And that is a goal that Pope John most desperately needed. 3-1 now your score as Aceto hits the penalty shot. That's exactly what I was saying. Pope John trying to get a goal before the end of the half and really get them back into this match. And so now with 10 minutes to go, being able to cut it to 1, get that proximate goal, that would be huge. Here's Teo. Teo turns it around. Pass up to Aceto, looking to hit Terrazas. See if this gives Pope John any momentum as well. Terrazas in the corner. Ball goes out of bounds. And it'll be a throw-in for Pope John. Now Patino sends it skyward. It's going to come back to Teo, the boot. Sheffield has it. Clock down to 9.5 remaining, first half. Your score now 3-1. But then Nick Aceto hitting a goal as Chris Opat was tripped down in the box. Ball's going to go out of bounds. There's nowhere tried to save it. And Dwight-Englewood will throw it in. There is Miles Neal.
All right, Kobe, here you go.
Turned around by Burns. Up to Opat. Opat gives it to Stowowie. Damian Stowowie. Pass up to Terrazas. Landed Terrazas. Back to Stowowie. Damian coming in on the side of the box. He's got two defenders on him. Ball goes out. And they are signaling goal kick. Goal kick for Dwight-Englewood. The Bulldogs are number 7 seed in this New Jersey State Tournament bracket. Pope John, the 10 seed. The winner gets Bergen Catholic on Thursday. 8:27 and counting. Here's a kick by Monsione. High, booming kick down the pitch. Vargas after it. He'll turn it around. Manny Vargas. 8:05 remaining first half. Patino gets it to Teo. Teo kicks it forward, trying to hit Nowak. Ethan Nowak, two defenders back for Dwight-Englewood. Whistle, stopping play. And it's going to be Pope John possession, a free kick for them, but it's going to go further back, So Patino sets up. Seven and a half to go, first half. 3-1 your score, Bulldogs over the Lions.
Jet, stay with him, Jet.
So Patino setting it.
Go, Blue.
Here we go. Patino, the boot, into the middle. Poplawski trying to head that toward the net. Just went past him and out of bounds. Goal kick for Dwight-Englewood. Less than 7 minutes to go. First half, 3-1. Bulldogs over the Pope John Lions. You're watching the first round of the New Jersey State Tournament in boys soccer, the 7-10 matchup between Dwight-Englewood and Pope John right here on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. And a free kick for Pope John. Patino with it. Quickly to Teo. Up to Opat. Opat will give it to Poplawski. Ethan Poplawski in front of the Dwight-Englewood bench, trying to center it. Nowak, it's there. And finally cleared by Miles Neal at the last minute. Now up to number 16. Breaking down the near side. Terrazas with a slide tackle. Trips up 16. And so the referee going ahead and giving Terrazas a warning. No yellow card. It'll be Monsione taking it for Dwight-Englewood. Clock continues to run. 5:45 to go, first half. Monsione toward the middle. Cleared by Teo. Goes over to the side. Picked up by number 26. Is Meserol. Meserol on the far side. Looking to center it. Cleared by Vargas. Over to Opat. Now Stowowie. Up the pitch to Terrazas. Landed Terrazas. Terrazas across the midfield stripe. Looking for Aceto. Nick Aceto coming in. The shot! Goal! Nick Aceto! A beautiful goal! Past double-0, Alex Sheffield. And the Lions have got the proximate goal. They have cut the lead to 3-2. Aceto's goal comes with 5:12 remaining in the first half. Nick Aceto with a gorgeous goal past the Dwight-Englewood goalkeeper. And it's a 1-goal game. Wow, and that is what Pope John has been waiting for weeks. And you see Aceto limping off, trying to recover from that injury he suffered initially in the 100 Warren Sussex semifinal. But what a goal there by Aceto. And now Pope John most definitely back in this game. Dwight-Englewood starts it up. Kick down the pitch. Header by Vargas. Gets past him. Dwight-Englewood trying to respond quickly here. Rivera scoops it up. He elected to not throw it out. He's going to kick it. This match has changed on a dime. Now to the Pope John bench, out of bounds. So even if they go into halftime down by one goal could be made up so quickly. Here's Vargas. Header by number 14, Ishigahara. Nowak. Whistle. Will be turned around. Pope John ball. Mateo sets it up. Mateo with the boot. Toward the net. Centered. Opat. Terrazas. Landed trying to get a shot. Too much traffic in front. Here's Stowowie on the far side. Now Patino sends it toward the middle. Cleared by number 7, and that is Monsione. Now number 16 for Dwight-Englewood. Pass over to Ishigahara. Now stopped by Fisher. Over to Monsione. Terrazas racing after him. 3:35 to go, first half. 3-2 your score. Dwight-Englewood scoring the first 3 goals. The Pope John has responded with a pair of their own. Here's Patino, up to Opat. Boot in. Rivera will go to his left and scoop it up. Now Rivera with the boot down the pitch. Over the midfield stripe. Vargas with the header. Stop there. Opat with the pass to Stowowie. Gives to Terrazas. Stolen away by Ishigahara. Now Patino in there. Anthony Patino. Terrazas gives it over to Teo. Looking to spring. Nowak and Vargas. Nowak coming in. Ethan Nowak, the boot. Wide right. Over the trees. Over the fence, I should say. So, goal kick. Turned around and just booted it. Didn't really have much time. Got a good kick off, but it was just wide right. By about 5-10 feet. 2:24 to go, first half. Monsione will take the goal kick for Dwight-Englewood. Here it is. Stop there by Fisher. Nowak with the steal. Nowak, right into the referee. And it stops there. Referee's okay, which is good to see. So Teo starts up with it. Teo coming in. Teo launches it. Terrazas with the header. Comes back to the box. Monsione. Here's Nowak. Ethan Nowak trying to set up. Cleared toward the near side. There's Teo. Teo will pass it back to Nowak. Nowak gives it up to Patino. Patino in the middle. Now Vargas pitches in. Stolen by Dwight-Englewood. And up the pitch it goes. Burns the only man back. Rivera's going to race out. He'll take it. Kicks it over the sideline at midfield. It'll be Dwight-Englewood ball. Minute 15 remaining, first half. 3-2, Bulldogs lead over the Pope John Lions. This is the first round of the New Jersey State Tournament in boys soccer. Mike Formisano here on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us. Here's a throw-in. Teo, good header. Over to Vargas. Now Terrazas, stolen by Ishigahara. He'll boot it back toward the defender back. He's going to let it roll to Sheffield. Sheffield to take it. I think he was a little surprised by it coming in there. Poplowski pitching in. Here's Stowowie. 39 seconds to go, first half. Stowowie turns around. Gets it to Terrazas. Into the corner. Stowowie trying to center. Sheffield makes the save. 25 ticks to go. Here's the boot to midfield. Patino with the header. 13 seconds. Does Pope John have one last rush? Here's Opat coming in on the far side. He'll drop it off. Stowowie Damian Stowawi, your 4 seconds. It's knocked down by the Bulldogs, and that is how the first half will end. The Dwight-Englewood Bulldogs took a 3-0 lead, including a penalty kick to make it 3-0. But Pope John responds back with a pair of goals by Nicasino. One penalty shot and a beautiful goal on a cross with his left foot into the back of the net. And that pulls Pope John to within 1. Your halftime score from Englewood, New Jersey. The Dwight-Englewood Bulldogs, a 7 seed, lead the 10th seed, the Pope John Lions, 3-2 in this first round matchup. We'll take a break for halftime. Should be about 5 or 6 more minutes. We'll come back, give you the lineups once again. We'll start second half action from Solomon Field in Englewood, New Jersey, just off the campus of Dwight-Englewood High School. The Bulldogs of Dwight-Englewood lead the Lions of Pope John 3-2. We'll be back after this on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube.